Hello, Pewter people. Scott Reynolds here with the new Pewter Pulse. The Bucs have ranked dead last in rushing the last 2 years, but that's about to change in a big way with new offensive coordinator Liam Coen. The offseason emphasis for Coen and the offense has actually been to get the ground game going, despite not even practicing in pads in the OTAs in the first week of training camp. Bucs head coach Todd Bowles wants his team to pass to score and run to win. So why do I think the Bucs running game would not only rebound under Cohen but thrive this season? Before I tell you, a reminder to hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment. When you do those things, it helps our algorithm, helps us get in front of more Pewter people like you and more Bucs fans. And I love the comments and the feedback I get and your suggestions on these Pewter Pulse videos. So here are 5 reasons why I believe the Bucs will actually have a potent rushing attack this year. Reason number 1, the changing of the guard. Literally, yes, a new left guard and center to block up front should help. First-round pick Graham Barton will be an upgrade at center, and Ben Bredesen is the current leader at left guard. Time will tell if he's an upgrade over Matt Filer and Aaron Stinney, but there is hope. And if it's not him, it could be Sua Opeta. But the Bucs also have some new offensive line coaches this year in Kevin Carberry, who worked with Coen in LA, and Brian Picucci, who worked with Coen at Kentucky. Former offensive line coaches Harold Goodwin and Joe Gilbert left with Dave Canales to go to Carolina. And that's okay. Goodwin was the Bucs run game coordinator, and the results weren't pretty. The truth is that Goodwin and Gilbert specialized in teaching pass protection in the Bruce Arians offense. And the Bucs O-line was damn good at it. But run blocking? Well, not so much. The next 3 reasons have to do with new offensive coordinator Liam Coen, who has imported the Rams running game to Tampa Bay. When you think of Sean McVay's offense, you probably think of Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua. But Rams running back Kyron Williams was a Pro Bowler last year, rushing for 1,100 yards and 12 touchdowns, and the LA ground game ranked 11th in the NFL, averaging 120 yards per game. Tampa Bay, well, the Bucs averaged 89 yards per game by comparison. So let's get to those reasons. Reason number 2, the Bucs ran 12 personnel, which is a 2 tight end set, about 25% of the time last year, just like Seattle, and that's where Dave Canales came from. But that was poor personnel usage, as Tampa Bay didn't have 2 tight ends that could run block well enough. That's going to change. Liam Coen will use 11 personnel, which is a 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end set, about 90 to 95% of the time. That means the Bucs will be in 12 or 13 personnel, which is 3 tight ends, about 5 to 10% of the time. Better personnel usage? Well, that's going to mean more snaps for wide receiver number 3, Jalen McMillan, and less snaps for tight end number 2, whether it's Cokeeft or Payne Durham. A 3 wide receiver set gets opposing defenses out of base personnel and into nickel or dime looks. That means lighter boxes for Rachaad White to run into, and that makes it much harder for defenses to stack the box. I love seeing teams run out of a 3 wide receiver set on 3rd and 1 or 3rd and short situations. Notice there are only 4 Cowboys defenders lined up in between the offensive tackles. That's a 5-on-4 interior mismatch favoring the Rams offense on this play. This winds up being a zone run to the strong side, right into that B gap between the right guard, number 68, and right tackle, number 79, for a nice gain. Reason number 3, no more run plays that are DOA, dead on arrival. Liam Coen is giving Baker Mayfield the freedom to audible out of bad plays at the line of scrimmage. Too often last year, the Bucs ran smack into loaded boxes for little or no gain. There were essentially wasted downs on offense as a result. Now, here's what Coen has to say about calling audibles. We have to give these guys a toolbox. That goes along with giving them multiple plays in the huddle. That might be 2, it might be 3 options we get to in terms of what the defense is presenting. Well, let's change the math and run away from numbers, or gain the numbers back in our favor with motions and shifts. Reason number 4, Coen has installed more running plays and will be running them out of different personnel groupings and formations. That will keep defenses on their toes and make the Bucs ground game less predictable. This is a weak side run off of left tackle. Count the number of Cowboys defenders from the center to the left tackle. It's 3-on-3, which is favorable, and it pits the running back versus the middle linebacker one-on-one in a race to the perimeter. And this winds up being a first down. Here's what Coen has to say about having more plays in the playbook this year for Tampa Bay's offense. Some diversity in terms of giving these guys different ways of hitting blocks, whether it's mid zone, wide zone, or tight zone, duo, gap with pullers, perimeter runs. Defenses are too good to say that we're going to line up and only run a few runs. And finally, the Bucs have not only Rachaad White in the backfield, but they also have fourth-round pick Bucky Irving, who had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons at Oregon. He's reason number 5. Irving is a dynamic, tough, elusive runner that plays bigger than his 5'9", 192-pound size would indicate. Irving's size and running style has actually drawn some comparisons to Kyren Williams. Like Williams, White and Irving are also big-time receiving threats out of the backfield. White was too hesitant hitting the holes last year too often. Coen has him running with a greater sense of urgency and not being as hesitant. And Irving comes to Tampa Bay as an urgent runner already. We are fast to and through the hole. When we receive the handoff, we want to be shot out of a cannon. Obviously, patience and vision goes along with that. Irving is an upgrade over the oft-injured Chase Edmonds and will take some of the workload off of White's shoulders this year, thus making Rachaad even more effective. I know it's early, but there is a legitimacy to what Coen is doing with the Bucs rushing attack from what we've seen so far. When I had a chance to sit down with Todd Bowles before training camp, I asked him what he liked most about Coen so far, and he didn't hesitate at all to tell me. He knows how to marry the run with the pass. Committing to the run is one thing, but simply running the ball more doesn't do a damn thing if a team is not doing it effectively. The Bucs averaged 3.4 yards per carry last year. That was dead last in the league. Meanwhile, the Rams were tied for 8th in the NFL with a healthy 4.3-yard average. I will be surprised if the Bucs don't average 4, maybe 4.1 yards per carry this year, and I'll be shocked if Tampa Bay doesn't make a big leap to middle of the pack in the league standings when it comes to its ground game in 2024. We want to make a big leap in terms of subscribers. Help us get to 15,000 Bucs fans. Please subscribe to Pewter Report TV. It's our YouTube channel for more Pewter Pulse videos and other great Bucs video content, including the Pewter Report podcast. And follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram at Pewter Report. And also pewterreport.com for all the Bucs training camp news. And I'll be back soon with a new Pewter Pulse.